Hey everybody, Cutroneo here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is video number 8 in my progress video series on Saudade number 3 by Roland Dyens. So just as yesterday, today is a super busy day, and I didn't get much time of practice on this, and I focused that time on the third movement. In this section, I focused primarily on the ending, the largo section, just dealing with some memory things, singing letter names, counting it. I thought the initial run-through was a little bit slow, so I focused on keeping a little bit more of the momentum of that melody. I think it's a little too easy for me to just sort of milk that for all it's worth and lose a little bit of the momentum, the forward direction in that section. I changed a fingering that I thought was a little bit more conducive to what I was playing. So here I'm playing this chord to here, and then I'm using an inverted fingering here. I like that then the bar here. I'm not really a fan of the bar. I think part of it is that this first knuckle wants to wrap around this way, and then I lose pressure on that first finger for the bar. So it's easier to allow me to really vibrate and to get a nice musical vibrato that way. And it's not too big of a deal. I'm letting the tip joint of my first finger collapse, so that way the second finger can cross over. One of the things that I was messing around with was a rest stroke on top there. But I just decided to just give a nice free stroke on there instead. Something else that was a little funky, just memory-wise for me, was the A on that chord. So I did a lot of repetitions, and I have to tell you, while I was, in that little section, I was able to maintain that A there, but this is a perfect example of, as I tried to expand the phrase and start from the beginning, I would oftentimes forget that A. My process was doing that singular section, that measure, I would do 3 times in a row, singing the letter names, making sure I played the A bass. And then I would back up and do it from here to there. If I missed the A, I would go back and then I would do another set of repetitions on there, usually increasing the amount to 5. If I missed it again, I would increase it to 7. This is something that I often do with my students, where it's just a repetition game. It's like I'm just trying to load up the repetitions and sort of force myself not to forget that one specific detail. After a few times through of that, it started to hold itself together, which is good. And it happens twice. So other than that, there was a section in the second to last line towards the end. That part. Where I'm just forgetting the notes there. And I think part of that has to do with how slow it is. It's really distorting my muscle memory, and so I really need to have letter name memory there. Missed it in the first one. I think I missed it in the final performance too. Going back, I spent time working out the transition from this part to here, then into this groove, then into that whole thing. So I spent a lot of time really counting and working on that. There was a lot of just left hand stuff I had to work out here. That thing. That transition. And then making sure that I'm getting those transitions and getting the preparation in the right hand going. I seem to miss the right hand getting into that from the beginning. So that's something that I focused on. Still not 100%, but I will revisit that section daily as I'm building that back up. And I really didn't get anywhere else in that piece. I think that was the biggest issue that I had. This section is kind of working now. Let's see. Wherever the notes are. It could be better, but I'm able to at least play through it and not really stutter my way through this. The other section that I think I'm still just sort of stuttering over is this part. Into that again. I'm going to try and visit there within the next practice. That section, as well as the arpeggio section, those are all part of my excerpts that I work on as well in this piece. So again, because I didn't get my full amount of time, I didn't really do excerpt work. I think what I'm going to do when I have these shorter practice sessions is that I'm going to try and give 10 minutes to the excerpts. So really today and yesterday I was only able to get 20 minutes. It wasn't a lot of time. So I really just did bigger chunks of work, which I think paid off for yesterday and today. But I think if I'm able to find 30 minutes maybe instead of 45 minutes, I'll definitely make sure I'm doing 10 minutes of excerpt work for the specific section, either first, second, or third that I'm working on. And I think that'll be pretty productive. Okay, so now let's take a listen to the final performance and we'll wrap up. Well, there was the final performance. As you can hear, I think there was a bigger improvement in it. For me, what I'm finding is that now I'm finding 180 being a hard tempo to hit initially. So I think I started it faster the first performance, and the second performance was a little bit slower. I really am striving to just keep it at 180. I'm not trying to go faster right now. I want to work out some of those transitional aspects, and I really want to start bringing in some of those quick dynamic punches in the piece before I start really bringing up the tempo. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing much more that I've been working on with the pieces. Again, another short video. I'm hoping that my next day of practice, I'll be able to get through my whole 45 minutes of practice and be able to do another larger video on that. If I do another large video, I will probably focus on the first and second section, seeing as how I did the third section today, second section the day before. If I don't get a full 45-minute practice, then I'm getting like 30 minutes. I will focus on the first section only. If you have any questions or want any clarification as to what I worked on or why I did certain things, feel free to give a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer you either in a direct form by answering the comment, or I will address it in my next video. If you have stayed to the end of this video, please give a big thumbs up. Greatly appreciate the support on these videos. I am seeing through some of the comments that people are really digging these videos. I really appreciate it. You know, this is kind of something that I was a little bit of an experiment. I was a little unsure of how these would be received, but I appreciate all of the support, and I'm looking forward to completing this series at the end of June. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this video and hit that bell notification button so that way you are notified every release I make. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.